coming to this your house, Design Your Life. We're very thrilled and excited to share this wonderful, magnificent opportunity with you. And we look forward to grow, but we also look forward to inspire each other and grow together as a family. So, without further ado, we're going to introduce you to someone very knowledgeable about the subject and a wonderful project. And welcome, Marty.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for the introduction. My name is Marte Arroyo. I've been doing this business for for a recent amount of time. Let's give it that. Let's leave it that way. And a little bit of myself, my background is I have a degree in computer science. I've been working here in the U.S. for 22 years. But one of the things that caught my attention is that with this particular business opportunity, you can do more, or you can get more income than what you will be getting if you were doing a regular job forever, or for the 40 years that usually is the idea that we're having. They are giving us or selling us this idea that you need to work 40 years to retire with 40% of your income, and who knows if that 40% of your income is going to be enough. So that is one of the main reasons that it opened my mind when it was introduced by Alex and somebody else that unfortunately left the business because he passed away. Not really, because so that was a difficult situation. But what I learned is that this opportunity will give you all the income and will give you all the freedom that you're looking for. So hopefully this is the thing that you're looking for right now. Hopefully this will make sense for you. And let's start. Okay, so what is the basic idea of this business? When you think about, if I'm telling you that this business is, you really need a little bit of money, $160, $180, usually you will be thinking, what kind of business I'm gonna make with $150, $160? It's nothing. It's a very limited amount of money, but the potential is big. We're talking about at the beginning thousands of dollars, and then at the end millions and millions of dollars. But not just that. One of the biggest benefits that you're gonna get with this opportunity is to help other people. And when you help people, they will be helping yourself too. Okay, so that is the main idea. So let me explain you how this thing works. So one of the things that are happening at home with this business is that you are already purchasing products from somebody else. You're going to a regular Costco, any of the retail stores that we have around this area, and then you're purchasing products, but I'm sure that you're never getting any money back. Or did you ever get any money back, Roy, from those? Usually maybe you get the Christmas bonus that is a turkey for Thanksgiving, or maybe a ham for Easter, or whatever you're getting. But that's, or sometimes in other... what is it, Natalie?
Nothing. That's not the case anymore.
It is not the case. So, but the point with this one is
not
that...
Not even the thank you.
No.
Not even the thank you. Yes, that's a very good point, Roy. Not even the thank you. So what we're talking about here is that we're saying, okay, why don't we start this business? And usually at least every household is consuming $200 in products on a monthly basis. Does it make sense, or it sounds too radical? $200 a month. Maybe it's very small, the quantity, but you at least are consuming $200 in toothpaste, in shampoo, in body wash, in vitamins, and products for like cleaning your dishes, all the other stuff that you're usually using. You are at least consuming $200. So what the opportunity that we are sharing is the following. We're saying, okay, you're gonna have $200 on this particular thing, and what we are saying is, okay, you're telling me, you will be asking, how come you're talking about a big business if it's $200 a month? This is the first thing. What we're gonna be doing is we're saying, okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna continue doing this thing, but you need to share to do the business, and to make a business is like to open your store on every day. So when you open your store, you need to sell products, you need to sell whatever you have, because let's think about that you have a business. So what is happening with a business, Natalie? When you have, let's say, a bakery, or you have a corner store, what do you have on a regular basis?
Sales.
And open the
Sales
open the
for
open the,
clients.
open the doors and then keep them open from 9 to 9 maybe,
Yeah.
and then to sell some product. Usually, what do you think is the regular profit that you need to get in a store to make money? Like maybe we're talking about $1,000, $4,000, $3,000 just so you can pay the rent, you can pay all the employees,
More than
utilities.
4,000.
Okay, so let's say that you need more than 4,000.
Yeah.
Okay, but in this particular thing, we're talking about. Okay, so you are consuming $200 yourself. Why then you don't sell $300 a month? Do you think it's too radical to try to sell $300 of these magnificent products that we're selling? Because we're talking about high quality products that are backed by 180 days money back guarantee. So if you don't like the products, you give back the products to whomever sold you, and then you get the money back. So then you think it's a kind of a no-brain situation. You don't need to think about it. Okay. Okay. So you're talking about $300. So you're going this way. So we're talking about that. Then in total 300 plus 200, we're talking about $500. Okay. So we're talking about $500 on a monthly basis. But then what is happening is you're gonna tell me, but still, okay, let's say that I'm going with the 300, or maybe I can go into 1,000 on selling. That is not making any profit for me. That is not what you're telling me about, a big business opportunity. But this is just the beginning, because now what we're gonna talk about it is, hey, do you have friends that are using shampoo, that are brushing their teeth, that are using makeup? And Arbor's, I'm assuming he knows people that are consuming vitamins, that are using supplements or nutritional supplements, or like all the other things like high energy, energy drinks and all the other things. Do you know people that are okay?
Oh, of course.
Okay,
yes.
so you know people. So why don't we go and share the same opportunity? So now we have here people that are doing the same thing. So you have somebody here, like friend 1 doing it. We have friend 2 doing it. And you have friend 3. Okay? So you have 3 friends that are doing exactly the same thing. And we're going with the idea of using $500. It can be less, it can be more. But this is a way to explain how this business works, okay? So we're doing this approach, and we continue growing this opportunity up to a level that it can expand and grow and grow and grow. And what is going to happen when you have this amount of people doing the same thing? Okay. I know, that's okay. I can start erasing some of the little balls here. Don't worry. Okay, so what is going to happen? You can expand this thing to a level that, let's say, that you bring in somebody in January, and then February, and then you have March, and then you have April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December, okay? So you're gonna bring somebody this month. Let's assume that you're starting in January, because it will be really crazy going the other way around. But you bring somebody this month, Roy, and then don't you think that you can bring somebody else next month?
Yeah.
And then this other person you bring, you can bring another one? So then what's gonna happen? You will have here 2, 4, and then you have 16, and then you will have 32 people, and then you will have 64 people, and then you have 138, and then you have 256, and then you have 512 people, and then you have 1,024, then you will have 2,048, and okay, by December you're gonna have
496.
4,000 people. So this is how the business is going to duplicate, basically, because you know people that the other people don't know. Is that reality or not? Hey, you don't know the friends of your friend. That's for sure, because all of a sudden you're going to parties, and then somebody's introducing you to people that you never know, but they are the best friends, and then that is what is happening. So your business is growing in a way that it just starts with you and somebody else that you bring into the business. Here, if you think you have 3, this can be exponential. This can be more than 4,000 people that you're gonna have in this business. So what's gonna happen? Let's assume that each of them, I'm gonna erase this thing here, so then I can make room. And if you have any questions, you can ask whomever brings you to this presentation. or we can take a couple of minutes at the end to explain you how this thing is, where the money is coming from, because that's the basic idea of that everybody goes with how this process works. So we're talking about 4,000. Let's round it to 4,000. Okay. So we have 4,000 people that are consuming 500 a month. Once again, this is clear. 200 that you're going to consume for yourself, and 300 that goes into things that you are going to sell to other people. And how this process works? While you're running your network. Thank you. While you're running your network, you're making your business to grow. What is going to happen is you will find people that maybe are not interested in doing the business, but you can tell them, okay, why don't you try these wonderful vitamins? And they are back once again by 180 days. So if you are not satisfied, you can bring those back, and I'll give you back your money. That is the Amway promise, your money back if you are not satisfied with the product. 180 days is really hard that you find any place outside that is giving you that kind of guarantee on your products. Okay? So then what is going to happen? You have this way of doing business, and then you're saying, I have 4,000 people. Once again, are very clear where the 4,000 people came from? Or maybe I went too fast?
No,
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, thank you. So if we talk about 4,000 people, that each of them are consuming 500 on a monthly basis, we're talking about $2 million a month. Of course, the $2 million is going to be from your network, from you to be distributed to all the other people. But the company is going to tell you, because you reach a level, we're going to give you 25% of this 2 million to share with your network, with the people that you have underneath you. So let's say roughly, if they are giving you, Natalie, if they are giving you $20,000 a month, do you think it's a decent income?
Yeah.
$20,000 a month is, I can tell you, it's way beyond what I'm getting on a monthly basis. Wow. And some people sometimes they are giving me excuses like this. I heard somebody saying, but if they are giving me that amount of money, what am I going to do with taxes? Come on, don't worry about taxes. It's 20,000. You will find your way around.
Pay taxes, gladly.
Believe me, so many people told me the same thing. Well, what am I going to do with the taxes? I need to report taxes. Oh my God, what a small brain. I mean, what a small way of thinking. It's not that I was feeling offended when they said something like that, because I'm thinking, if you're getting 20,000 a month, I'm sure that you will find a way, because what is happening is once that you reach a certain level, and I'm just going to take a minute here. When you reach that level of income, I'm sure you get an accountant that's going to tell you how to deduct everything from the tires, even the air that you're breathing. It's going to tell you how you can deduct that, because that is going to happen for sure. But that is one of the excuses that a couple of people told me in the past. What am I going to do? The taxes. How can you deduct the taxes? Okay. But going back into this thing, so this is basically what we are offering you guys. Maybe I went too fast, and if there's something I'll go back. But basically, the opportunity that we are telling you is that you're going to do a change, and I'm going to tell you how I already explained you that part. You're going to do three particular things. Thing number one, you're going to consume, because this is your business. So you have to change everything that you were doing. If you were using Colgate, if you were using Tide, if you were using any of those products, you have to throw them away and use your products, because we have the best products. I can guarantee that those are the best ones we have. They are backed by patents. They are backed also by standards like the NSF, halal, kosher, whatever you talk about it, we have them. So they are the best quality that we can get. This is not like a warehouse somewhere that they are relabeling cans and doing things, and all of a sudden it says the name of this company. We have a company that is supporting us and making this business a reality for us. So the first thing is to consume for yourself. The second thing is to either recommend or to sell products. How this thing is going to work when you're going and offering this opportunity to other people? Somebody's going to tell you yes, somebody's going to tell you no. When somebody's telling you no, you don't let him go or let her go. Here's a toothpaste, here's a multivitamin. Okay, get them. I know that this is the best for you. So that's how you're going to get the 300. And the third and most important thing is going to come from building a network. So this is how the opportunity is going to work, following these three particular concepts. And now, I'm going to explain you briefly, once that you reach certain levels, what is the kind of income.
You have the control next to the computer.
Oh, thank you.
It's not on yet.
It's not on too.
It's
Let
not
me
on.
help you.
Please, I try it somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are just some figures, and obviously those are figures that are backed by what we are reporting to the IRS. So this is not information that we're getting from somewhere, because we need to prove what we're giving to all the IBOs. By the way, when you're joining this opportunity, you're becoming an IBO that is an independent business owner. So right there, that's one of the reasons that I told you that in point number 1, you need to consume products that you are going to be using, because this is now your company, this is your business, basically. And we are not employees of Amway, by the way. The opportunity that we want to share with you is Amway. So hopefully any of you guys hear about it. But this is the pioneer and number 1 in the network marketing. So there is no other company above us, we know that for sure. You can look into like Euromonitor, and you can also look into the Direct Business Association. That is another website where you can look in what is Amway, what kind of reputation we have. So this is not a company that started 5 months ago and is going to disappear. So we're back up by almost 58 years of experience, and that's one of the solid things that make me think about it when I joined this opportunity, because it's not something that I'm thinking maybe next month I'm going to look for whomever introduced me and he's gone. And this is not also one of those business scams that everybody hears about it. So once again, those are the amount of money that you can earn by doing this business. And I was going to explain you something here. This is the average, and this is the highest that the company was paying. So if you think about it, let's forget about these quantities, because sometimes the low quantities are like kind of sometimes like a shock for some people.
Yeah.
They are thinking it's
true.
It's too good to be true. Don't tell me something that. But if we think about it, if we're moving into like the first one, $55,000 a year, in addition to what you're earning, for example, for you, Roy, tell me, is it really a good amount of money that you?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. So for some people are usually thinking, with that amount of money, definitely I quit my part-time job. Because they have part-time, third-time, and they have all the bases. They cover all the bases, doing all the extra time.
All the extra time.
So this is one of the biggest things. So once again, focus on the first one. So this is the highest compensation, 194. But the point here is just to give you an idea that when you are running to do this business, you don't need to run it like, we're not asking you that you're going to quit what you're doing currently, but you're going to run this thing in parallel. And this is one of the beauties that is happening, is that you are going to work usually on average 8 hours a day, on average, maybe more. Some people are doing 12, sometimes I'm making a lot of hours at work, but I'm paying on a yearly basis. So I don't get overtime, extra time, 3 times, I don't get anything. It's on a yearly basis, period. So the point that I'm telling you is you're gonna do this business in parallel to what you're doing. You can dedicate at least 2 hours of your daily routine. And what is your daily routine? When you get in from work, Natalie, what is the best thing? Can you share with us what you're usually doing when you're coming from work?
Well, usually it is
aside from taking care of your
yeah.
kids.
Repeat of, well, I usually get to work, get the cases of the day, go to a meeting, come back. Go to work, get cases of the day, go to a meeting, come back. And it goes the same Monday through Friday.
But when you're here after the end of the day, what do you meant to share? How do you spend your free time?
Oh, okay. Well,
if it's possible, don't worry.
No, sure, of course it is.
Some people,
Well, I take care of my kids,
And sometimes maybe you watch a few movies or doing things that...
Like I used to do that.
Okay.
No, the dynamic changed, but yes, I used to watch
And this
movies
is what usually we're calling non-productive time.
Yeah.
So why is non-productive? Because, I mean, believe me, you deserve it. Because if you work hard during the day, obviously you deserve that time to do something else, like to watch the TV. For Latin American people, maybe they like to watch a soap opera, or they like to watch a football game. So that is the non-productive time. But let's think about this way, that you can dedicate 2 hours of your time every day. So we're talking about maybe, let's say that maybe one day you can take off. So we're talking about 14 hours. Okay? But 14 hours a day. Do you think that you can actually, if I'm telling you, can you make 60 hours a day of your free time? Why? Why is not possible?
I'm sorry, 60 hours
Of your
free
day.
time?
Do you have 60 hours in a day for you?
For me, no.
No. So this is where I'm coming. So when you have a network of people doing the same opportunity that you're doing, you are having something that is called a leverage. So people are doing things that you never thought about it, because now you have a compounding time, and it's growing exponential, because the 2 hours that you're dedicating, let's assume that the 3 guys that are in front of you are your network now.
Okay.
So you're dedicating 2 hours, Roy's dedicating 2 hours, Heidi is dedicating 2, and Arbor is 2. So we have in total 8 hours.
8 hours.
Do you think that you can think about all the things that you're doing on a regular basis, you have 8 hours more to dedicate on growing this business?
No.
No, it's impossible. It's the same thing that sometimes, and that is what we call the linear income. So let's say that you are the most renowned neurosurgeon, okay? So how many brains you can open a day? Let's use a radical
I guess
way.
1.
Maybe 1 or 2, okay? So you can have 1 or 2 brains that you can
open 2 brains a day. Let's go with 1.
1, okay. So you're doing 1. And what is happening when you all of a sudden you decide to take vacation? You cannot open any brain, so you cannot receive any income.
Exactly.
Okay? So one of the benefits that we're giving you with following this opportunity is that you're doing the job once, you're expanding your network, you're creating this solid opportunity, and then you can live from that residual income for the rest of your life. So one of the advantages that we have with this business opportunity is that it's also guaranteed that you will inherit it to at least 2 generations. So your kids and then your grandkids. It's transferable, so you don't have to do anything. It's part of, once you reach a certain level, there's a commitment that it will go. And we have proof. We already have people in our businesses that unfortunately passed away, and the opportunity went into their children, and the children are growing the business. So that's one of the biggest benefits that we have. So basically, I think I covered everything that I wanted to do. We went through this thing, the principle of duplication. That's what I explained you. Roy was helping me. He's a very smart guy, so he was following the figures, giving me. So, and then before I finish this presentation, one of the biggest things that we need, and is a key to run this opportunity, is the educational program. Why is important, Arbor? I'm going to tell you something. When you reach the level of having 4,000 people in your network, because remember how this network was built. We start with 1, and all of a sudden this other guy do the same thing. When you have 4,000 people doing this thing, how can you communicate the same message to the 4,000 people that you have in your network? How can you tell them how to grow? How can you tell them to be committed to their dreams? Can you tell them that they can do it, that they can be successful? You cannot go door to door to the 4,000 people that you have in your network to tell them, you have to do it, you can do it. You need to find a way, and that's why it's fundamental, or it's a key to be part of this educational program. Because through the educational program, what is going to happen is it will give you the ability to communicate the same message to everybody. And then how this thing works is we have, at least in the Spanish section, we have 3 major events. We have, on a regular basis, we have the open opportunity. That is what we are starting. This is the brand new way of doing it in English. And once again, Natalie, thank you for offering your home.
It is your home, all
Thank
of your
you.
home. That is the team's home.
Thank you so much. So that is the first thing, to share the opportunity. So you're bringing people in a kind of a cozy environment. Everybody's here, maybe too cozy because we're sweating. It's summer is coming, but
Yeah, these things.
That's
Always
okay,
put
don't
a-
worry. Then the next,
Well,
the next thing that we're doing is on a monthly basis, we're going into a seminar. In this particular seminar, what we're happening is giving us a small picture of how the business works. So we're having people that are already successful, people that are into this particular area that we talk about it, in this, in the area of the incomes that we're talking about it. They are coming and sharing experiences and how they made it to be successful, and then showing you the rewards that they got after doing this business. And the third one, that is the eye-opener of this business, is what we call the convention. And in the convention, what we are doing is we're going with people from different areas, from different parts of this area of the United States, and we're going and seeing at least 3 couples, or maybe 3 people that are really successful in this business. So they are giving us an idea that you can do it, showing us the rewards, showing us that it's possible. That is one of the key things. And the other thing that we are doing also as part of this educational system is that we have audios and we have books that, once again, Roy, the idea of those books and audios is that you have the same message, everybody speaks the same language, everybody's connected, everybody's committed, everybody keeps doing the same thing, and they are focused on becoming successful. Because one thing that you can do is you have to make them aware that you are here to guide them, but not to help them. Because if you're going to be helping them, it's going to be very, very frustrated and very tired for you to. It's like pretty much what is the expression that I'm looking for? Hurtling cats. All of a sudden you have cats going all over the place, and then you're trying to put them again. So that's one of the key things that we have to be part of the educational system. So once again, guys, thank you so much for your time.
Tell us how you started.
Oh yeah, let's start.
Please share your
Oh, I
story with
started.
us.
I started.
How did you join the business?
No,
How
this
did
is
you-
this is a
What
very
motivated you?
okay.
Yes.
That my story begins the opportunity. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So the
Yes.
opportunity started in 2 ways. The first one,
You know, entrepreneur story.
Yeah.
So to
I
speak.
went into this opportunity came in 2 ways. The
Okay.
first one, and in the same organization. The first one was Juan Luis Gonzalez. So Juan Luis Gonzalez shared with me the opportunity, but he was in a rush, so we didn't connect.
Oh.
I can tell you that, he knows that, we didn't connect. And I said, well, this is not for me, my wife. It was, everything that could be wrong was wrong. The environment, the hurriness, everything was really a crazy day. He had to do some things, so we got there, and all of a sudden we're looking at each other, my wife and I, so that's it. He was in a hurry, so we say, okay, well, that's it. And then at the same time, my upline, that, as I said, passed away, that was
Friend
upline.
with Alex.
It was upline Alexis. I'm confused. It was the upline. Is upline or downline? Now I'm lost. Upline, yeah,
It's
with
downline.
Alex. With Alex, Alberto. Alberto was a very nice guy. He was kind of he was doing a good follow-up on a monthly basis. Every time he was going and cleaning my house with the wife, was again, why don't you take this
He used to clean
opportunity?
your house.
Yes, why don't you take this opportunity? This is a good thing for you. And I told my wife, no. Well, at the end, this is the funny thing, at the end I told my wife, why don't you do it? This sounds like a good thing for housewives. So, I'm serious. I'm serious, and somebody's recording me. So this is the real thing. So then I told my wife, this is my wife.
You
Thank
said
God, thank God, my wife was a full-time mom, and he's been always a full-time mom. So she was dedicated to my kids. So I'm thinking, how can I get rid of Alberto that is harassing me with this thing about the business? Every time this was coming, I was trying to hide him from him, and he was going again and again and again. So I told him, why don't you start the opportunity? So then, at the end, after different situations, I ended up being the key player on my business, because of situations that happen in every family. It's not that I'm divorced, thank God. No. I'm still married, happy married. But that situation that happened. But this is how this thing works. And believe it or not, this is the second time that I'm hearing about the opportunity. I heard of this one, and I started the business in Mexico. This is '94, but I moved to the U.S. and I decided that this was not the best for me. So I said, I'm not gonna bring this thing because I got this job opportunity in the US, so I decided, okay, I'm gonna move with my family, with my wife, because I didn't have any kids, to the US, period, that's it. And all of a sudden, Amway was following me again.
Wow.
So I don't know why this thing happened, but I can tell you, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Usually we call them in Spanish diosidencia, that is pretty much God has a way
God
for
has
you.
a plan.
Yeah.
God has already
There's a
planned
plan
for you.
for you.
And
yeah.
sometimes even if you are not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, it doesn't mean that there's no light. Believe me, there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
I know.
So once again, guys,
That's
thank you
good.
so much for your time. I really appreciate your time, and thank you, Natalie.
Thank you,
Excellent
Marta.
job.
Thank you so much.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Yep.
Muchísimas gracias, Natalie.
Thank you.